Hello, all you beautiful souls. Jules here, and happy Moon Day. We are at a fresh start to a new week, and I'm popping on for our astrology forecast. This is going to be for June 15th all the way up into the 21st. We have summer solstice coming in hot on Sunday. And we're moving into Cancer season as well on Sunday. We also have Chiron goes into Taurus until September. And the last time that we had Chiron in Taurus was in 1984. So this welcomes new beginnings and it welcomes great news for the Gen Xers. Chiron is the wounded healer, and this will be your Chiron return coming. And when it changes signs, it undergoes a whole new type of healing. It's like a collective healing that we're feeling right now. And Chiron has been in Aries since 2018. So when it moves out of a sign, it's like finding a new awakening. It's the wound that never heals, but we need to heal and reckon that wound. And often we do this by helping to heal others as we heal ourselves. Chiron in Taurus was also there in 1929. And that was when the Wall Street crash, so the great roaring 20s. And it's a new collective era that we're stepping into. Plus, we are officially in summertime on Sunday, and Venus moves into Leo, and it trines Neptune in Aries today, Tuesday. And that is magical energy. It's celebratory energy, so you might feel like celebrating, going out, doing things, exploring, being in nature, being with friends. It's pride. Chiron in Taurus is shaping the world we live in. And with Neptune in Aries until 2039, Neptune is kind of like the dancing planet. It's movement of the body. It brings culture together, and Leo rules play and games. So we are in for a big sports year going forward until the summertime. And by the way, did you guys watch the UFC fights last night? On Amazon Prime? They were free streaming live if you guys subscribe to Prime Video. But it was at the White House, and it was Trump's birthday. He was right there in the front row, and got to watch Gaethje win, which was really cool. And the girls that hold up the signs, they were looking hot in their USA getup. There's a lot of controversy about those fights, but I love UFC fights. I've, just practice UFC fighting with my friends. We had the mats and we used to fight each other. I know it's wild. We used to drink, smoke, all the things, but I enjoy the UFC fights to this day, and I do watch all of them. I think the last one I watched was Mike Tyson. And they're just really, they get the blood pumping. Very energetic. Lots of movement of the body. So we're going to be seeing a lot of wins coming this summer throughout all the sports, which is very exciting. And did you know that Trump turned 80 on June 14th? I had no clue he was that old, but I think he looks great for his age, to be honest with you. So Neptune is illusions. Remember, Neptune's in Gemini. And Taurus is the body, like I said, so it's touch, taste, texture, sense. And we're now in open AI. So everyone has access to AI. We have SpaceX. This is a SpaceX generation where all the richies are going to fly to Mars to move on out when shit hits the fan here on planet Earth. And this is the opposite of embodiment. So we're kind of in space. Taurus in Chiron really wants us to heal our inner body, our inner traumas, our inner wound that we carry, that we keep hidden from the world. It's working with what you have and being resourceful. It's activism, it's sports, it's doing things with your body that essentially lead you to healing. And these inner wounds, the primal basic need is to connect with one another. And Chiron and Taurus, when it was there in the Roaring 20s, that was when the stock market crashed and everything had to come anew. It's rebuilding. It's a better way. It's new solutions emerging with Uranus and Gemini. Plus, it helps us kind of take that outer spacey aspect, while Chiron and Taurus brings you back here to the earth. So we're kind of like battling being out here and coming back down here so that we can fix things good here before we move on to something else. And it's healing. It's deep inner healing. And it's to remember why you came here this week, what you were put here to do, what gets your blood flowing. And that essentially is the wound that we're covering up with our desires, with our manifestations, with our creating. It's also very exciting. And I want you guys to remember that we are currently in the gate of caution right now, and that will soon be coming to an end. And then we're going to be moving into the G center. And we'll talk more about this. I think tomorrow we'll talk about this, or maybe near the end of the week when we get out of the gate of caution, since we already had a class on that. And it's below the throat and the sacral. So we're moving out of the throat center, out of the human design gates. And it's essentially your heart. So it's your purest essence. And it gets you to come back to center, because this week we might be, trying to be cautious of how we speak. Then we're going to move on down towards the heart, so we feel things more in the heart center, so that we don't really need to speak because it's deeply felt. So for summer solstice at the end of the week, I hope you all have an amazing celebration, whether you make some flower crowns. I know that can be kind of springy, but summer brings lots of flowers in as well. So if you feel like gardening, going out into nature, I just went and walked Montour Falls all the way up to the walking bridge. And then we went out to Seneca Lake, and it was just so very nice to be by the water, to feel the water, to have Gemini there, and she gets so excited with all the smells and animals lurking. But do something that lights your fire, that takes you out of your mind, that you're physical in your body. You're doing things, you're moving energy when you get out. When you hang out with your friends, you're moving energy. So much love and light to all of you, and I'll see you all tomorrow.